Hey guys, we're
Hello.
live with the 47th episode of GuardianCast. Getting closer to a year every week. Huffy's late, as usual. He should be here in a few minutes. It's going to be a shorter episode today. EXO just disappeared, so
Yeah,
that's
I
interesting.
did. I did because I have to change the autofocus on this camera. It was set automatically, and you have to go turn it off. You know what I mean?
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, so the TWAB just came out today, and we're actually the only podcast with computers. So this is probably the only podcast you're going to hear about the TWAB on, I would imagine.
There's not any other related source that you might be able to find. You're probably not looking in the right spot. If you're don't look anywhere else.
ComputerCast is live, guys, and we have a TWAB to talk about. So I hope everyone is ready.
Well, it's not really a.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm a little bummed that they needed extra time for this one. Like Huffy was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be out tomorrow, and it's gonna be talking about the future of Destiny." And I guess it's technically the future because we're talking about next week's patch that we've already talked about 3 times. But
yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we've already kind of blathered on about for many weeks on end. I mean, do we really need to know that? Like, how much time do we need to talk about time to spend that we need to spend on Mayhem returning? Like,
Mayhem's coming back, guys.
for 7 days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah, and nothing's changing about it. Oh, wait, no. There is something changing about it. They're tuning the recharge rates up to 11. Because these amps go up to 11. Spinal Tap joke, by the way.
Would be interesting if they did Iron Banner with Mayhem, but, that would just be crazy thinking out of the box. So we can't have that.
Well, no, you see, Iron Banner needs to be the same as Quick Play. That's the whole point of the game mode. So that it'll be exactly the same. Not really give you any, different kind of gameplay. You don't want to switch up the formula too much. All you do is add skill-based matchmaking to make it a slightly worse experience. Which, by the way, I don't know. I've been getting a lot of wind. I haven't been playing Destiny recently because it's in the driest of dry spells I can ever remember it. But
it's in a weird spot right now, and I don't remember playing the game because I don't. With Destiny 1. I wasn't playing the game when it was in its really bad dry spell. And with Destiny 2, I guess I played entirely the first year, but I was doing different things. Like I wasn't that concerned about it. So I don't know. Like this is just like a weird time where it's like we've got games coming out on the horizon that actually look like they're like, well, okay, let's preface this. They look like they should be better.
Yeah.
Some of them don't play better or don't look like they or if you can actually play them, that is.
So here's a weird thing, though. My friends have been telling me they're getting DDoSed in Quick Play all the time now. Well,
that's weird.
That's a more and more common thing.
Well, when Trials isn't out, they don't have a reason to.
I guess. I'm just wondering if Activision pulling out, they were like, all right, guys, release the DDoSers now. Let them roam free.
Just let them go, and then that way they can. The optimistic way to look at this is that they let them do that on purpose.
Yeah.
For the intention of cleaning it up come September.
Hi, bud.
Do we think that Trials is coming back in September
it's at the drawing board right now?
Well, it's in the drawing board right now, but
do
you think it's going to come off the drawing board and into the game at that point, or how much?
In September, you're saying?
How much longer are we talking about a wait for this game mode?
I think that I hope it comes back in the spring, honestly. I don't think we can wait till September for that. It's already been a long time. I mean, it's been gone since September, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the last season was before September.
Sorry about that, guys.
Clawing at the door is like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I thought for sure it would just be one season. Faction rallies too, but I don't know what they're doing with it.
So I think faction rallies first, right? That has to come back first.
I don't know if that's true. Like, they haven't said anything about it. At least they've mentioned trials, right? They have said nothing about faction rallies. They used to mention faction rallies every week. Remember? Hey, it was last week. Hey, it's happening this week.
2 weeks don't worry. Now you're gonna have to deal with faction rallies again. Don't forget about faction rallies.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's.
Oh, and the other thing about faction rallies, remember they were like, hey guys, since faction rallies are going away, we're going to give you a different way to get those catalysts, and then they never did that.
Yeah. So I'm glad I got all the catalysts every single one of them before they went away completely, because my audio just cut out. Well, my audio didn't cut out, like it's still recording it, I think, but
okay,
I just can't hear it.
That's good.
I got it. It's fixed.
Yeah, so that's that'll be interesting to see. I hope it comes back, because like Season of the Drifters around the corner, and I gotta say, I don't know what they can possibly do in this Season of the Drifter to make me want to play, because if Gambit doesn't get changed significantly, I don't know if I want to be coming back for a season of like mostly Gambit. You know, that's pretty brutal. What are you looking at?
The stuff about the Season of the Forge and the because that's a pretty big announcement with regards to.
You mean Season of the Drifter?
The cleaning house thing about how it looks like that wanted bounty might be the only bounty, but it sounds like they've fixed it like entirely. Like the bounties for
so that people can't cheese the power leveling system.
Right.
But my question to you is this. That's a great quality of life change, but who cares? What are you leveling up for? There's no raid next season.
Yeah, but it's like going forward, it's gonna make it better for
guys. Yeah. You need to get leveled up for Gambit next season. So load up on your bounties that aren't gonna work.
I just like this whole raid keys thing though. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like the raid keys thing. Because I think I have 3 now, but I don't use them, so I don't have a reason to use them, and I just sit on them, and eventually I might want to do something. But
what exactly is the raid keys? So
the problem with the raid key is that you could essentially, it's another method of cheesing power levels in an environment where you have to worry about power level by Friday, so you have 7, 8, 9, 20 raid keys or whatever. You're able to open up all of them on one character.
But where's the change?
They said they're looking at ways to address it, but I don't know how. Like, I know that they realize it's a problem, but I don't think they actually have a solution there.
Oh, I see. We're looking at stockpiles or raid
to address
keys.
Stockpiles.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Vendetta is going to be pissed if they screw with it too much. He's been stockpiling raid keys to try and get a 1K because he still doesn't have one, and he's done 3 raids every week since Last Wish came out.
Well, see, that's another part of it, but like, if you want to use that for like. I guess what I'm trying to say is I think they shouldn't do anything with the raid keys, but maybe cap your power, your powerful rewards from it. That might be okay.
Well, then they would have to cap the powerful rewards for Last Wish in general, and then that's one less endgame activity people can do.
No, but I mean capping it for turning it in on. Well, I get it's true.
How?
Yeah. Well,
it's a key that you turn in that like generates loot at the point that it generates.
Yeah, and
loot.
it's already done, so it's like it's impossible unless they were to stop you from stockpiling keys altogether.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's a less complicated solution than what they've already done. They're saying that they're finalizing details, so that leads me to believe that it's more complicated. Are we really surprised though about the cleaning house here on the season on this thing with the bounties? Are we really surprised by it?
Not really.
No. I mean,
this is what like people ask for.
It's kind of what we expect. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it like I actually did hold on to them in case we didn't get a message like this, but now that we do, I can just turn in all my bounties and I don't have to worry about it. It's kind of nice. It's kind of freeing, liberating, I would say.
We did skip over the fact they pushed back Crimson Days by a week.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just a heads up if you're looking forward to doing that. They haven't really gone over what the loot is going to be. I'm guessing it's just going to be the same as last year. A modified doubles
2 weeks
playlist.
Last year?
It was, yeah.
Why is it only 1 week this year?
You got me. Maybe because they pushed it back a week.
You don't get that week that we pushed it back.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't extend the date. We're just taking time off of it.
Probably because it bumps up against Season of the Drifter.
In February?
Yeah, I don't know when Season of the Drifter starts. I can't remember.
Spring. It would be March. That's February 19th, so there'd be no reason. There'd be nothing unless they want to get in one more
Iron Banner or something.
One more Iron Banner, yeah, probably another Iron Banner.
Yeah.
Wait till the DDoSing happens in Iron Banner.
Iron Banner had a really good sniper rifle role I wanted to grind for, but I was like, I'm not putting myself through playing that. Like, Iron Banner is miserable. And the Crucible population is like worse than it's ever been. The matchmaking changes that they made, no one wants to play comp anymore. It has not been a great time for PvP. I can say that.
Not a super. I mean, like the raid is fun. Like I just completed the raid 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yesterday was it yesterday? It must have been yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. So I mean, it was fun. I had done most of it. I just didn't kill the last boss, and finally killed the last boss in a group that was all 650. I want to say. So it was interesting. They're
raising the level cap to 700. Not too surprised there. That seems like that's going to be.
Yeah.
They
said that though, right?
They said there's going to be a level increase.
Oh, power level increase. Yeah. But they said on Twitter that it was 50 each time.
Okay. I don't remember that, but it makes sense. I just don't know what the point of the power level raise this time is unless they're actually adding PvE content to this. I know they keep saying, don't worry, there'll be other stuff besides Gambit. And I'm like, that doesn't sound encouraging.
No, I think what it is they have they might have a dungeon in there.
Oh man, that would be amazing, but I don't want to get my hopes up. That's what everyone thought about Niobe Labs.
Yeah, I guess that's probably not a good idea to even mention that word with because technically the Niobe Labs event was a dungeon. Technically.
Yeah, people were living in the dungeon of their own basements for 72 hours straight trying to solve puzzles.
Oh yeah. 81 hours it took.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we ever mentioned that, but
yeah. Pretty intense stuff.
Well, it like Raid Secrets like had it. They were like if you look at like the sub, like when that what like someone actually came up with the actual correct combination like even before that, because they're like, what if we do this backwards? And someone had posted it, but it was like in a hot. It wasn't even like had a lot of posts, because I think it was the same thing with the fifth or the sixth stage where everybody just thought that it was already done,
right?
And so somebody just kind of theorized, like while on the first day, while it was still going on, and then when the hint came in, it was like, oh well, I mean that pretty much confirms it.
So we've been harping on a lot of changes that are coming in next week's patch. In terms of like there's supers, a couple sandbox changes for a few different weapon archetypes, and now they've added like, I guess, a miscellaneous list of things they forgot to include that are getting changed next week. Sorry. They're changing the Recked broadsword quest again, just to make it like count more things that have happened in the past. Like if you've ever gotten 5 valor resets in a season, it'll count. But I don't know how. Like, are people still complaining about that at this point? That was so long ago. Like, does anyone care about the Recked broadsword?
I mean, I guess if you don't have it, it's good, because then you don't have to worry about the 5 valor resets, meaning you need to get done in one season. So that's kind of nice, but
it still has to get done in one season. It's just that if you've ever, like, say in season like 2 or season 3 when they first started valor resets, if you reset 5 times, like, it can retroactively apply that now to the quest, is what it's saying.
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah. So you need to get it all done in one season, but if you did it in...
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how many valor resets I did in season 1, 2, 3. I mean...
Hang on. So, Kat says, I don't have it, but I hate swords. It's a pulse rifle, by the way.
Yeah, it's not a sword, so there is a reason to go after it if you don't have it.
Yeah. And they're changing in enhancement cores again. What is this? Fixed an issue that prevented enhancement cores from being awarded when reaching legend. That was supposed to happen? I didn't know. That's a random thing. Like, it's going to be something stupid too, and it's going to be like, oh, here's 2 enhancement cores for hitting legend. Congratulations, Guardian.
What was the did they say? No, that was in the patch. Where did they say that about the enhancement cores?
It says it right under the Recked broadsword stuff.
Yeah. Preventing them from being awarded in when reaching glory ranks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be another thing. Like, people didn't know that was a bug because people didn't know that was a thing. So
yeah, I didn't even know I was supposed to get them.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, is that like what this season is all about? Like fixing all the things that we didn't know were problems in the game since the game launched? Because like,
that's what it seems like.
How many times has that actually happened where they came out and said, "Oh, by the way, if you happen to touch this one thing, it would uninstall the game and delete your characters." But we fixed that, so nobody.
No one panic.
No one had this issue, but thankfully, but we fixed it now, so we can tell you about it comfortably and breathe easy to know, like, you know what I mean?
Yep. Lude's ass, isn't hitting legend literally impossible with the new matchmaking? In Glory, yeah, this is for Valor and Glory, but on PC, I should say. I don't know about console, how the population is over there, but from what I hear, you're waiting. It's just as bad as it was back in season 3. You're waiting 2+ hours for games sometimes. It's just not worth it because of the restrictions. Oh well. They are changing grenade launchers, so this is the one good piece of news that they decided to throw in here. More consistency on direct hits. Proximity grenades no longer impact directly, so there'll be damage fall off because of that. And increased ammo reserve size of special ammo grenade launchers and increased initial spawn ammo in PvE. So that's interesting. It's not really a nerf, I guess. That's not really that good. Okay. Never mind.
About the grenade, the increased ammo.
Yeah, basically, it looks like they're buffing grenade launchers. I don't know why. Why are they trying to force grenade launchers down our throat this season? That's the other thing this season. They're just like, "Hey, here's the mountaintop," and everyone was like, "No, we don't want that." Yeah, why is that the pinnacle reward? And then they're like, "Yeah, but it's a special weapon or that is a grenade launcher," and we're like, "Yeah, that sounds horrible. Don't do that." And then it wasn't that good, so people were like, "Okay, whatever." And then they're like, "Here's Jotun." And it's literally a rocket launcher that you put in your secondary. You're like, no, no, stop.
Oh, speaking of Jotun, I got Jotun.
Yeah, how do you like it?
Mm-hmm. I didn't play with it at all, but
okay,
I got it. I got it. So now I get to see how cool it's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, you came in on a good point, Huffy. We just got to the point where we found out they're buffing grenade launchers. So
yeah.
They're nerfing the ones that matter. The proximity grenades.
The perk for proximity grenades.
Yeah, those are the only reason that grenade launchers have been a problem. Really, is it's just because like special ones were one hitting.
Well, what about Jotun though? Is that actually proximity or just tracking? Yeah, so that's not going to fix that at all.
It won't fix Jotun, no.
Yeah.
But,
But they tweaked grenade launcher projectiles to feel more consistent on direct hits, so Jotun's probably going to be even better.
Yeah.
I mean, most likely, yes.
Wait, no, fusion rifle, right?
Yeah, it's a Oh, yeah, it's not going to be effective.
Oh, it's a fusion! Yo, that's right. No, Jotun's fine.
Yeah, Jotun's still gonna be overpowered though. Let's be real.
Yeah. It just, dude. I still think that that's a grenade launcher every time I see it. It just is a grenade launcher. I don't understand.
It's kind of like when they were like, "Hey guys, here's the Vex Mythic class, the fusion rifle," and you're like, "This is an auto rifle."
Yeah,
I think isn't that somebody who got the movie of the week with the Jotun? How to Titan, and he plugged on Dune Marchers, and he Jotun
like 17 people in a row.
Oh, great! Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna watch that. All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the only thing else to really mention in this TWAB is that the last word is next week, and yeah,
I'm interested to see if the quest is going to be like, I wonder if like day one, like people are going to have it, or if it's going to be.
Well, actually, Huffy, I've answered this question. You had to leave the week we talked about it, but Cosmo answered on Reddit and said that it's not going to be time gated, that all of the steps will be available from the launch.
Oh, beautiful.
So
you'll be able to get it day one.
Maybe.
And then you can take a you can take a month off of Destiny until March.
Then you're gonna have to point and click with your left hand to get the quest done. Just reach over, move forward with W, spin around.
My left hand is actually now worse than my right. But
are you kidding me?
No.
Do you have like
so what was the diagnosis?
Like an autoimmune disease or something? Like what's going on with your joints?
What was the diagnosis?
I just have a double RSI. So
I have stress injury.
Yeah. So I have one just in both my arms, and my right one is responding well to my therapy, and the left one isn't. So I have to. I'm actually I'm not allowed to not. I'm supposed to be wearing these 24/7, except for when I'm in the shower. But I just can't.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, imagine like eating a sandwich with those things. Like,
yeah, I tried yesterday and I got teriyaki sauce all over it. Just like I look like a Mortal Kombat character.
I have this.
Get over here!
I'm looking up repetitive stress injury. I have this on my elbow.
Hell yeah!
Okay. Yeah. What have you been doing with your elbow repetitively?
Just like honestly, it's just like this, like sitting down in my chair and like using the armrest like this, and that's what causes it for me. Because then I'm like,
for all our audio listeners, Exo was in a really weird position where he was standing on his elbow. I don't know why he does that.
Oh.
That's a really bad way to develop RSI.
It was actually doing pull-ups with just his elbows. He put his elbows on the bar.
Yep, that's true.
And was lifting himself into the air.
I'm shocked, Huffy, that with you being a musician, you haven't actually just run into this issue before.
Yeah, that's kind of what caused it, though, was like adding this much gaming to the music. They found out that a lot of everything that was going on, there's both damaged tendons in my arm and like pinched nerves in my neck. So like we're trying to like alleviate tension on my neck and repair my arms.
How did you do damage to your neck?
Carrying a saxophone on it for the past 15 years.
Oh, interesting.
We thought about a trackball mouse.
Ugh.
I'm not allowed to do anything with my hands for the next 3 weeks, so
yeah,
I'm not going to try a trackball mouse.
I was just thinking, like, when you said you pinched a nerve in your neck, it just reminded me how I had my jazz teacher was like, whenever he would play guitar, he would make these weird like faces where he'd go like this.
Yeah,
dude. Like, and you're like, what is he thinking about right now? Like, why is he crinking up his neck like that? I don't really understand.
I love it. I love it.
So are you? You've been watching any games?
I've just been watching Twitch and I've been like I for the past like few weeks I was able to play for like an hour a day, but they cut that out. They're like, yeah, you can't do that anymore. You have to just sit. But I've been watching a ton of Twitch. I've been watching some Destiny. Been watching some Fortnite. Been watching Anthem today. And
how does like the community, like I've been kind of disconnected from Destiny recently. I haven't played at all this week. I played a little bit last week. I'm not feeling it right now. Like people are getting DDoSed in quick play, and I just
yeah. To tell you the truth, it's been really interesting this past month to like step away from streaming and playing all the time and just be like a viewer on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Destiny streams have been the least fun thing to watch.
Wow.
Like they're literally terrible because everyone's just sad and complaining, and there's nothing to work
talked
towards.
about this about me coming back. I took about 2 weeks off doing the same thing, and I felt like coming back. I was like, no, from watching other content and watching Destiny and things like that. It's like there's so much stuff that I was streaming in Destiny that I realized instantly that I shouldn't stream it anymore, and it's like a struggle because I want to play the game and I want to love the game, but
you don't want to throw balls at a pole.
Bore the crap out of you. Anything that has anything to do with grinding, like shut your stream off. Don't do it.
Yeah, man. Yep.
It's better for you to just not stream than it is for you to do anything having to do with a grind. Because, like, you see it in your face. It's immediately apparent. You're like, oh.
Let me go get another frame, boys.
Let's get another frame.
Yeah,
I wonder what role this one's going to have.
Oh. I mean, that really should be like your B-roll gameplay right there. Because that's perfect B-roll.
YouTube.
If I can capture it tomorrow, depending on how the servers are, I think I'm going to use Anthem B-roll.
Yeah,
just
use Division 2 trailer gameplay from Ubisoft.
So if you're watching this right now on YouTube, you might be watching Anthem gameplay, and we didn't explain it at the beginning, so I hope you're not too confused.
Can you believe that they got the thing and that they just got that thing? Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Look what's happening on the screen right now is actually incredible.
That's awesome.
Whatever it is actually incredible.
Do you see that? Look at how much more entertaining that is than quick play.
So I want to mention
any
something.
grinding in Destiny.
There's this conspiracy theory that's been floating around the community. I don't know if it is a conspiracy theory or if there's some merit to it, but we talked about Luke Smith's comments last week. They keep mentioning the game as Destiny, not Destiny 2 anymore, and it's in italics. And there's a theory that they're trying to break away from like the sequel system and that the game is going to just be called Destiny moving forward and that it'll just be a continuous world like we've always wanted it to be.
As long as that means that Destiny 2 is like thrown in the trash.
Right. Yeah.
Then like that's fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, but people are talking about all sorts of stuff. You know, like they're saying like, oh yeah, the Grimoire score and all this stuff from Destiny 1 will be imported into your new character when they have this new experience that they're curating and stuff. We'll see what. I mean, they obviously, there's like a lot of calls to the past. So
yeah, that quote from last week was cool that they ended the TWAB with. I thought that they're like has a bright future that won't forget its past or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it.
So it's possible that we could see like some of the old environments like VOG and stuff. We'll see. By the way, I did do that. I streamed Destiny 1 like earlier in the week or last week.
Was it more fun?
I don't know if it was more fun because I had to use a controller and playing 30 FPS, but the nostalgia was pretty real. We did all 4 raids in about 6 hours. So, awesome. It was cool to go back and experience some of that stuff. And it was like, while some of it was like antiquated and I was like, man, I can't believe I dealt with like a lot of these issues for so long, and the quality of life stuff. Some of this stuff I was like, man, these guns were cool. You know, some of this stuff is really cool.
Your camera looks like it's messing up.
It looks good to me.
Yeah. Rex.
He looks kosher.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't know. But
internet.
It might be.
Oh, Reck, you're green. Oh, what?
It froze for a second.
You missed your opportunity. You had to jump on that much faster.
For all of our audio listeners, Recked is now naked.
Yeah, Monka TOS.
Monkatos. But yeah, so did you get to play any Anthem today?
I haven't. I spent last night. I finished God of War last night. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 to get ready for Kingdom Hearts 3, and then I just woke up and started this podcast. So,
heck yeah.
But I heard there's server issues. Like a lot of people are getting kicked off the server repeatedly.
Yeah, I had it installed, and I was like, okay, well, I'll install it on the 7200 RPM hard drive. It's like, it's not the solid state, so I'm like, it's a demo. I don't really care. I get in there, and it takes 27 minutes just to be able to for them to say that the servers are not at max capacity, and that like they started scaling them up to let more people in.
Well, it's good that they're like getting this stuff out of the way now. You know, growing
then
pains.
Click the character. I get going in the game.
This is why they do betas, you know,
some
just
dude
stress
tells
test
me
the
to go
servers.
Well,
like you're complaining like it's the full game.
I know. I just my issues with it because I actually haven't played it at all. Because of what happened.
Yeah.
I get to the mission screen and I get caught in this what they're calling an infinite loading loop, which is a bug. And I can't even enter in the thing. So I'm like, okay, well maybe it's I didn't realize it, but maybe it's my hard drive. Maybe I'll install it on the SSD, see if it fixes it. Then I couldn't get back in because the servers like were down. Then EA's Origin went down completely. Like
it's the first day. I'm sure it'll get better over the weekend, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I haven't had a experience with it yet, so.
Yeah, I've been watching.
It looks like a controller game though, because of the way that I've had an opportunity to look at like the keybinds, and they are very weird.
I heard that they've made it better though from the alpha. Like a lot of people complained about the way the keybinds were in the alpha, and they made improvements apparently. So
I guess, but like the keys that they have selected for some of that stuff is like,
well, just rebind
doesn't.
It, babe.
Yeah, you can do keybinds, but
I know this was the issue before Huffy. They had a lot of it optimized controllers, so you would like press a button and it would bring up like a wheel where you'd have to press like another button. So people were complaining that they were like, why do I have to press key combinations when I have like a million keys?
Yeah.
I think that they fixed that though in this. I can't speak for sure. I'm going to play a bunch of it this weekend, but
yeah. So
we'll
all of it is a single, like everything's a single key. They're just bad keys that they.
Oh well, then you can remap it then.
You can remap. I think you can remap some of it. But there's some weird, like there's some things I don't. There's some things I don't understand. Like there's interact. Like I know what interact is, and like abilities and weapons because I didn't get that far, so I don't know what buttons I actually want them to be on. So that's why I don't really have a positive experience in that regard to report because. I can't.
It's early yet.
I don't know what is and isn't remappable. There was a lot of things.
For anyone listening to this podcast, it literally went live 4 hours ago. So I just wanted everyone to like. You might be listening to this
came out last week.
Yeah,
I'm dead, dude.
You might be listening to this on Tuesday and being like, "Damn, like EXO didn't even get a chance to play." But no, that's not the case.
When does the game come out? February, January 29th, Tuesday. No, the game comes out Tuesday.
No, it doesn't.
No, the last word comes out Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts that comes out Tuesday. EXO. It comes
so
out
they've got a month.
Next month. Yeah.
I mean, it like Henry's saying, it's just a stress test. I understand that, but it's like, I don't.
Yeah, if somebody wants to get the last word for me, by the way, just putting feelers out there. I'll buy.
Why don't you go to destinysherpas.org and see if anybody can help you out over there?
Because I'm pretty sure that some of at least half of the Sherpas are.
Have you added that as a pinnacle reward or PvE activity? I guess.
I have not typed anything on a keyboard because it hurts.
Interesting.
But I've been watching Anthem, and I am so stoked. I've been watching it. The gameplay looks incredible. I'm so stoked for everybody that's like playing it and has wanted this. But I like personally don't think that I'm gonna do Anthem. It looks awesome, but
to me, it looks like Warframe without being on crack. So
yeah,
I'm definitely excited for it. I hope
Warframe was really fast paced, which is another reason why I had a hard time with it. It was way too fast paced. Like I couldn't even pay attention to what I was shooting or whatever.
Well, the one thing I'm excited about is that I read this article yesterday on IGN because they got an early copy to review, and they were saying that it feels as good as Destiny to shoot the guns, which is like the biggest thing for me. If I'm gonna like put a lot of time into it, that's why I hate Division. Division does not feel good to shoot the guns. You stand behind cover, you hold the trigger down, and wait for like some guy to take 100,000 bullets to the chest for some reason.
Yeah, the guns feel almost arbitrary in Division. Like, especially guns that require you to aim. It's like. Aim as little as possible and stack as much armor.
My experience with Division wasn't that. I didn't like bullet sponges, but like if you get people who know how to actually use their class well, then guns are. It's a more RPG experience than it is even a shooter.
Yeah, for sure.
It's RPG shooter rather than shooter RPG.
Yeah,
right.
For sure. The shooting
there's a lot of stats involved with
a lot of stats.
Let me say how much I'm enjoying single player RPGs right now, because this is something that I've been missing for a while with like just being busy with Destiny. But I finished God of War. What an incredible game that was.
Dude, that last fight is so beautiful.
Yeah, the last fight was really good. The dragon fight was really good. The Valkyrie was really challenging. I didn't fight all the Valkyries. That's something I can go back and do at some point. I started to grind the end game to like prepare for that, and I was like, man, I don't know, like this isn't as like polished as the rest of the experience, and I wasn't really feeling it. But maybe eventually I'll get back to it. I'm super excited for Kingdom Hearts on Tuesday. I've watched some like gameplay and I'm like, man, this looks like it's going to be really good. I went back and played like, I don't know, 5-6 hours of Kingdom Hearts 1. And I was like, wow, this is really clunky. This is definitely like a 2005 game.
Yeah, man.
Like there's no doubt about it.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish those before it comes out. I'm just going to jump right in and whatever. Yeah. And I'm definitely not playing the other 27 that EXO made me aware of.
Yeah, it's like 13 or something. Yeah. And like you have to play it in a certain order, but I don't know. Like I think that.
Oh, dude, I watched this recap video and like
it's crazy.
Let me just say, if you're thinking like, hey, I've played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 like 10 years ago or whatever, and I'm just going to jump in and see what happens in Kingdom Hearts 3. First of all, I thought that was going to be the only thing that was important. Apparently not. Those other 13 games have like a lot of stuff that happened. Dude, I was talking to one person and they're like, wait, you didn't play the mobile game? The mobile game has all of the backstory, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, this is not happening. You know,
yeah,
like,
find a YouTube video.
I did. I watched a YouTube video and let me tell you, it's not worth it. Don't even watch a YouTube video because it's so confusing. It makes no sense at all. The whole story is ridiculous. Just enjoy going through the Disney worlds and messing people up. That is the point of the game.
I'm dead, dude. That's hilarious.
Well, like, I don't know if the third game is even going to really touch on a lot of the complex topics that the other,
hopefully not
complex like the story elements, because they have to kind of pull back some of it at least, because this isn't a a side quest story type stuff like 358 times divided by 2 or Birth by Sleep or something like that. It's not.
Those are real titles of Kingdom Hearts games.
Okay.
Yeah.
358 divided by 2 is a title of a game.
No, it's 358 over 2 days.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, 2 days, yeah. So it's like 358 2 days, yeah. 358 divided by 2 over 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Divided by.
I mean, I think that
because it's the divisor symbol or whatever it is over to 358 over 2.
I think it's cool that they're like these little darkness dudes and they don't have hearts and like there's Disney characters and you have like a giant key and you hit things with it.
That's basically Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yep.
And I don't think, like I said, I don't think that they're gonna get crazy with, because all those other games like Birth by Sleep and stuff were like, yeah, we get it. Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't coming out. So like play this.
Well, I heard that
please play this.
The creator,
Kingdom Hearts fix.
The creator said he wants to make people comfortable who are jumping into Kingdom Hearts for the first time to understand what's happening, and at the same time, respect the like lore experts who really love like the whole series and make them happy. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know how you're going to do that. That doesn't seem like a real thing, but good luck.
Great if he just retconned the entire thing and he's like the whole, like everybody who was like playing all those games for like years and years and like none of that happened. Here's what happened instead.
That'd be pretty great.
Actually, I'm watching gameplay of the Toy Story world right now and holy crap, this game looks incredible.
Right? Dude, and it's on Xbox, and guess what? It's going to play the best on Xbox because they keep saying how Xbox One X can play in 60 FPS and or 4K, but they make no mention of the PlayStation Pro. They're just like, it might be a little better.
Oh, no.
So I'm excited to play it on the One X. I think it's going to be a beautiful experience. Definitely going for that high frame rate. I was a little bummed that my PlayStation could only do God of War in 30.
Oh, because of
there's more
standard
ship flying.
PlayStation.
I hate the ship flying. It's like the worst part.
No, dude, I was actually saying this on stream last night. I was like, every time I fly to a planet in Destiny and with the loading screen, I think, man, like, what if we could just shoot stuff like the gummy ship, like in Kingdom Hearts on our way there? You know, wouldn't that be awesome? Why? I mean, you wouldn't have to be like, you don't make it there if you die or something, but it'd just be like, hey, you can shoot instead of just watching it fly, you know?
Yeah, I would take that.
There's got to be some sort of interaction that we get while we're flying, like even if it's like they have these like little tiny like mini games that are introduced into it would be kind of
well. One thing I noticed this is how God of War, like I caught on immediately that God of War optimized for that PlayStation slow hard drive by just making these load sequences that are really like deceptive. Yeah. So you'll get on an elevator and all of a sudden you're like going up and like he's talking, there's dialogue. And I was just like, why is this elevator moving so damn slow? And then I realized, oh, they're loading the next instance and they're tricking me. I see what's going on here.
So, yeah.
Well, I just a game. Well, the Uncharted games do an incredible job of never having a load. From the initial load that you get is a long load. Last of Us is another good example of Naughty Dog game that does that. But like the initial load is a long load, and then like during the cutscenes and during everything, like you don't realize that the game is loading at all. Or if it is, you don't realize that it's doing it. I mean, obviously we know that it is, but it's a seamless experience in all those. And I think it works better a little bit in Uncharted, even though I think Last of Us was a better game.
Heck yeah.
I've never played them, but I probably should get around to that eventually now that I have a PlayStation.
Oh, Last of Us is incredible. If you have not played Last of Us,
I've heard that.
You need to do that. Like, you need to do it right now.
Right, yeah, right now. I'll get right on that.
Yeah.
So we only have a couple minutes left here. Let's just give some takes. How do you guys think the last word is going to be next week? Is it going to be as good as it was in Destiny 1, or is it going to be a disappointment?
Well, it's going to be disappointing.
It depends. I mean this when I say this. It depends on what the reticles look like. If the hipfire reticle is solid and the hipfire accuracy on first shot is solid. Because the perks, they're all about once you start getting the hipfire shot, you're gonna have better accuracy from the hip. But if the first shot accuracy from the hip is not good, it won't be worth anything because it's just another 180.
I know. Yeah, that's something like we were talking about, but this is what my hope. This is the only way I think it can be good is if the fan fire perk actually has a rate of fire increase built into it. Like if it's a secret perk, whether it's from the hip or while you're aiming down sights, but it needs to fire faster because of that. Yeah. Because if it's just a 180, how many body shots is that going to take to kill somebody? 5 body shots. And it has worse range than any other 180 in the game. It has the lowest range and handling stat of any 180 hand cannon. So what is the point of using it then? It has to shoot faster. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be. So
here's the thing that in my opinion, that can make
from the future. It's bad.
If its accuracies is just insane. If it's
but dude, we know accuracy is tied to the range stat.
Yes and no. It's also tied to the aim assist stat, and so if the hitbox is huge and the hipfire accuracy feels insane, then it can be good.
All right, yet to be determined.
Nope, disappointment.
Wow.
Exo just wanted to get that in there one more time.
It's it's not gonna be like, okay, so last word was a good gun. The problem isn't the fact that it's last word, even if it is a good gun, you're not gonna use it over Ace of Spades. You won't.
I mean,
I'm not using Ace of Spades now, so
Ace is not fun for sniping when you get pushed unless you have a jillion grenades. Because Ace of Spades...
You think the last word's going to fix
that? Ace of Spades has the worst hip fire of any hand cannon that has
in
ever
air accuracy,
been in a game.
too. It's a bad weapon to backpedal with. So if you're sniping and somebody pushes you, you can't do anything with that gun. You're just done, you know?
Well, you think last word is going to
No,
fix
I'm just saying that there is other, like I use the Waking Vigil. It's much better in that situation. Even normal 140s are better than the last word in that situation. The only good thing about the last word is it has an incredibly high, the Ace of Spades has an incredibly high range stat. So if you're using it with a shotgun, you can pretty much like lane with it like it's a scout rifle or something, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That there's not a single thing that the Ace of Spades doesn't do that the last word is going to do better.
No, that's not true because 180s have better hipfire and better backpedaling and way better in-air accuracy just by default.
They serve two different roles. Like they're both hand cannons, but it definitely is not the same kind of weapon.
I mean, I'll try it out. I'll expect to. Okay. So I have a low expectation.
But a better comparison, Exo, though, would be, is it going to be able to outclass the Not Forgotten or the Luna's Howl? And I don't think so. We'll see, though.
Maybe if that's
those
the
can
case,
3-tap.
Like
how is the last word going to compete unless it can fire faster? It won't. That's just straight up.
Well, it can if it can 3-tap because it's easier to get than the last. We don't
know that. We have no idea what the quest is.
Well,
I mean, it'll definitely be easier to get than the Not Forgotten.
Well, now it's impossible to get the Not Forgotten, so good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
It is definitely.
By the way, my straw poll says disappointment, 100%.
Wow. Well, listen, let's just fire the thing first.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, guys. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoy the Anthem gameplay that should be here. It's going to be really funny if I don't get any Anthem gameplay because I can't get on, and then I just throw something else in here. But
Oh, what is that thing that you just picked up?
It's a Keyblade.
Oh, a Shaper artifact.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But I'm gonna work on some guests. We'll see what. Hopefully, there'll be more to talk about next week.
Dude, you're in a respawn restricted area. Don't you turn around?